Indian Navy and U.S. Navy anti-submarine warfare specialists, along with Poseidon P-8 aircraft crews, participated in flying exercises and information exchange. These training sessions and interactions spanned a week and took place at the Indian naval base INS Rajali, situated near Chennai. The U.S. Navy was represented by the Tridents of Patrol Squadron VP-26, whereas the Indian Navy was represented by the Albatross of the Indian Naval Air Squadron INAS 312 at INS Rajali. INAS 312 is one of two Indian Navy squadrons operating the P-8I aircraft. In addition to INS Rajali, India's P-8Is also operate out of INS Hansa, Goa. The UN Navy's VP-26 Tridents are based in Jacksonville, Florida, and are currently forward deployed to Misawa Air Base, Japan. The squadron conducts maritime patrol and reconnaissance as part of a rotational deployment to the U.S. 7th Fleet area of operations. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why China will be worried by the joint U.S. and India anti-submarine exercise with P-8. Let's get started. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. A statement from the U.S. Consulate General, Chennai, said, "The subject matter expert exchange focused on improving interoperability between the two navies' maritime patrol and reconnaissance forces. It included training on ASW and information sharing on specific maritime challenges in the Indian Ocean. One VP-26 P-8A Poseidon aircraft and one INAS 312 P-8I Poseidon aircraft participated in the exchange." Lieutenant Ryan Spear, VP-26's detachment officer in charge, said, "This is a great opportunity to strengthen our partnership with India and improve our ability to work together to protect the maritime commons. The P-8A is a highly capable aircraft that plays a vital role in ASW operations, and this professional exchange will ensure that we're able to effectively use this asset in a combined environment." The two squadrons engaged in both airborne and ground-based activities. These activities encompass discussions of operational planning, maintenance training, logistical support, and coordinated flying exercises with Indian Navy surface vessels. China's posturing has been very aggressive. It claims the entire South China Sea, which is crucial for shipping and allegedly has 11 billion barrels of untapped oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. It has threatened to capture Taiwan by force and routinely tries to bully countries like Japan and the Philippines. India has border disputes with China, and the Chinese submarine fleet is making increasing forays into the Indian Ocean region. People's Liberation Army Navy has a growing fleet of conventionally powered as well as nuclear-powered submarines. There are 4 nuclear-powered submarine classes. Type 092 and Type 094 are ballistic missile subs, whereas Type 091 submarine and Type 093 submarine are attack subs. The conventionally powered submarines consist of Yuan class, Kilo class, Song class, and Ming class. The Boeing P-8 is a long-range, multi-mission maritime patrol aircraft that's capable of conducting anti-submarine warfare, ASW, anti-surface warfare, search and rescue, and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. P-8 Poseidon is developed by Boeing and is modified from the 737-800 ERX. It also has early warning self-protection (EWSP) ability. It's able to reach a maximum speed of 563 miles per hour or 907 kilometers per hour and has a combat radius of 1,380 miles or 2,222 kilometers, which enables it to cover large swaths of the ocean. P-8 is equipped with AN/APY-10 radar, which is installed on the enlarged nose fairing. The AN/APY-10 radar provides the synthetic aperture radar (SAR) mode capability for imaging, detection, classification, and identification of stationary ships and small vessels, and for coastal and overland surveillance, as well as the high-resolution imaging synthetic aperture radar (ISAR) mode for imaging, detection, classification, and tracking of surfaced submarines and small, fast-moving vessels that operate in coastal waters. It's also able to drop and monitor sonobuoys that are expendable sonar systems. It has 11 hardpoints, 5 internal and 6 external. These can be equipped with a variety of conventional weapons, which includes AGM-84 Harpoon, AGM-84H and K SLAM-ER, AGM-88 AARGM-ER, AGM-158C LRASM, Mark 54 torpedo, naval mines, depth charges, and the High-Altitude Anti-Submarine Warfare Weapon Capability HAWK system. The version of the P-8 used by the U.S. Navy and other forces is designated as the P-8A, whereas the one used by India is the P-8I. P-8I has 2 components added on request from India: a Telephonics APS-143 Ocean Eye aft radar and a magnetic anomaly detector (MAD). The strategic interests of the U.S. and India have aligned. It's no secret that this exercise is aimed at countering China. Also, there's increased scope for joint exercises and closer coordination between the forces as they're operating similar platforms, with India purchasing a wide variety of American-origin military hardware in recent decades. The Indian Air Force has a fleet of Boeing C-17 Globemaster III strategic airlifter planes, a fleet of Lockheed Martin C-130J Hercules tactical airlifter planes, Boeing AH-64E Apache helicopters, and Chinook Tandem rotor heavy-lift helicopters. In addition to the Boeing P-8I, the Indian Navy operates multi-role Sikorsky MH-60 Romeo helicopters, and also U.S. origin General Atomics Sea Guardian long-range surveillance drones. Viewers may note that the P-8, which costs about £330 million or $430 million, is one of the most sophisticated submarine hunting and warship tracking planes in the world. With this type of exercise, both forces can share their experiences and formulate joint strategies to counter the common rival. This is certainly not good news for China.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.